All right, well, this next article is timely, I think, and it's also, actually it also was very nearly quite ironic, because you see my partner Dirk over here almost missed today's show due to a delay in a flight getting out of Detroit late last night. You just about made it, Dirk. You just got it.
Just you and Mike here.
5
Mike
minutes,
and Mike.
that's right. Well, the irony comes because this next piece addresses the sad and ongoing saga of how not to do customer service as illustrated by our friends at United Airlines. To refresh our collective memories, as if any of us could ever forget, a few weeks back a video made the rounds showing a United Airlines passenger being dragged off a flight in which he was seated with a valid boarding pass, mind you. The issue was that United had overbooked the flight and needed the passenger's seat. When he didn't go willingly, United security dragged him off, to the consternation of first the couple of dozen passengers on the flight, and then to the horror of millions more that soon witnessed the event on computer screens and devices across the world.
And actually, we should say that was actually not United Security, but Airport Security.
Airport Security, I'm sorry, yes, you're correct.
Yeah, that's true.
It was, I think you can say pretty clearly, a customer service fiasco of the first order, and in true 21st century style, it almost immediately went viral, everybody with their cell phones. Well, the circumstance was really unnecessary, however, according to Vladimir Blatkac, an airline economist. United had some relatively low-cost options to deal with this issue before it became a widely distributed problem. Their failure to do so may end up resulting in millions of dollars in costs through lawsuits and untold millions more in brand and reputational damages. In his article, How Economics 101 Could Have Prevented United's PR Nightmare, which you see right there, which ran originally in the Conversation blog and then in Quality Digest yesterday, Blatkac considers the pros and cons of airline overbooking. And yeah, there actually are some pros to the practice, certainly for the airlines themselves. Intentional overbooking has caused load factors on domestic flights to rise from less than 80% to more than 85% over the past 10 years. Now, that works out to a lot more butts and seats on a plane, right? And that means a lot more money for the airlines. But there are some pros for passengers too, like the opportunity to sometimes score a travel voucher or some cash if your travel plans are somewhat flexible. And hey, who wouldn't want to spend an unexpected and adventurous night in a Motel 6 in Akron, Ohio, or Birmingham, Alabama, right? I mean, what could be better than that, Dirk?
Or if you're Quality Digest, it's Motel 5.5.
That's right, or even in Salt Lake City, as you almost did last night. Well, okay, so there are some significant downsides to overbooking from the passenger point of view as well. But, the thing is that volunteers can't be found to surrender their seats for a specifically overbooked flight. It's possible that you may be forced to surrender your seat and be reaccommodated, I think is the phrase, whether you have any flexibility in your plans or not. But what Blatkac says is that there are better ways to do it. United could perhaps have simply kept upping the voluntary offer until they hit a number that people wanted and they found the 4 seats that they needed. He also suggests that maybe an auction or a name-your-own-price system could work, kind of like a price line in reverse, right? You say how much you want for your seat. That might be worthy of investigation too. I mean, whatever the cost, whatever the solution is, Blatkac makes clear almost anything would have been better than the hit that United is taking from the way that these things went down. I mean, even bringing in a private jet and flying the 4 people who had to get onto that flight from Chicago to Louisville would have been a better choice. And those 4 people were, as it happens, actually United employees, as we're finding out now, who were needed in Louisville to work an entirely different flight, hopefully one in which no one went kicking and screaming out of the cabin doors. You know, Dirk, you can't make this stuff up.
No.
You think about it. I mean, it's like if you wrote this story 2 months ago as a fiction, people would say, that's nuts. That would never happen. Well, you know what? It actually happened. So Blatkac, good article there. Some practical solutions. He's an economist, so he's looking at this from that perspective. And I think that it's good to realize that there's always options. Overbooking is going to happen. It makes way too much sense for the airlines. But the way they handle it when they do need seats, it could be tweaked a little bit.